Alright, welcome to the second video about PowerPoint. Before I really start, I want to show you one quick thing. Over on the left-hand side where the slides are, I don't believe I showed you this, I'm going to select the second slide. Now to delete a slide, if all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what, I need to delete a slide, I don't know how, just click on it, press delete, and it disappears. Okay, that's it. Then I'll bring it back by clicking undo. Okay? Or if you ever wanted to move a slide, all you have to do is click on it, hold it down, and then you see how I have that line that's moving on the left-hand side right now. So if I wanted to make my second slide my first slide, just move it up to the first, and now it's the first slide. Okay, but I'm going to move that back to the second slide. Okay, so just cleared that up a little bit. I also want to show you slide transitions. In Photo Story last year, transitions were very big in your video, and so transitions are very big also in PowerPoint. So one of the first things I want you to see again is, of course, right over here, downward pointing arrow, go down, click slide transition. Okay, and now you get all sorts of choices. So right now it's listed as no transition. So of course, if you ever wanted to take off a transition, you would just come back and click no transition. We'll put a transition on every single one of these. Let's do a news flash to start. You see how fast that was? I didn't like how fast that was. I'm going to change that to slow. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's still really fast, but slow is better than fast. All right, so there's that one on that. Let's choose a one for this one. Okay, and again, that's fast. I like to slow it down quite a bit. There we go. That's better. And then finally, let's get our last one. Okay, and again, way too fast. Let's go with a slow. Okay, that looks better. You can set, we're not going to do this because it really is not good for you unless you really have timed everything out. But you're going to have, actually your big project with PowerPoint is going to be with Mrs. English. You can advance the slide automatically. I wouldn't do that. I would go on the click because I think you're going to be giving a speech with that. And if you're having your slides go automatically, then when you're giving your speech, if your slide goes, then it screws you all up. So let's stick with on mouse click. Okay? We're going to actually play around with this later, not with transitions. But anyway, all right, so we've got our transitions. Let's watch the show. Press F5. All right, there's my news flash. Now I click. There it is. There's my transition. Click one more time. Transition, and this one will have some, we'll have some movement with the words, has some animation schemes on it. Okay, so that's the end of it. All right, and then, so those are transitions. Again, well, so everything you need, right in there. Now, I'm going to add a slide. Okay, so a new slide, and we'll put in NASCAR. And we have a couple of people in NASCAR. Now, if you notice, I'm actually going to take that out. It's always been the same. Title, then all your information goes in here. Title, information in there. I want you to actually, it's right there right now, but I want you to click on the downward arrow and go to slide layout, which is what I've got right here. Notice that you can change what your slides look like. For instance, if I choose this one right here, my text is going to go on the left, my title at the top, and then I can put in like a picture on the right side of the page. Or I could go down here. Let's get that closer for you. I come down here and put my text, title at the top, text at the top, and then underneath will be a picture. So I'll just choose that one. All right, and you can see, click to add text. Jeff Gordon. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Okay. And actually, I'm going to change it one more time. Let's go with text on the right, picture on the left. So I'll choose this one right here. Okay. And now I get all these choices. I could put in a clip art, a movie, a picture. We're just going to do clip art. Okay, again, it looks like that little cartoon guy. We've seen this thousands of times with Microsoft Word. So I'll click on that, and I get to search for my picture. And of course, it's NASCAR, so let's go with a car. Choose go, and I'll take this car right here, first one that comes up. So if you're doing this, just grab a car quickly. Make sure it's not a picture of a car. Make sure it's a clip art car. And I'll click OK. All right, and there's my car. Now this brings me to a couple of cool things about pictures. The first is I want you to double-click on the car. So I'm going to double-click on the car, and a dialog box opens up. And this is something we did not get in Microsoft Word. Recolor. This is just about the coolest thing I have ever seen. I can recolor my clip art. So I click on recolor, and I can change the green to whatever I want. I'll just stick with these. Okay, now it's a teal car with purple wheels and kind of a dark blue outline. Let's go with something a little more noticeable. All right, and there it is. So I've recolored my car, and I can click OK. And I click OK again, and there is my new car. Okay, so play around with that. Stop it for a second. Play around with it a little bit. Not for long, but play around with it a little bit. It's very cool. Again, just double click. You get the format picture, recolor, and you can do whatever. Change whatever colors you want. I'll just change one more here. Change it to pink. All right, okay. Click OK. All right, and there it is. So recoloring picture is very cool. There's also one other thing that we can do with pictures. Okay? We can actually get movement again. So to get the movement, well, actually, I'm going to talk about the movement in the third and final video. Okay, so there will be one last video for this, and then you'll learn how to do the movement of the pictures, which is very cool. So the things I want you to take away from this are, number one, the transition, slide transition. Okay, and I haven't added one to this one yet, so I'm going to. All right. And I like it a little bit slower than what they give you. Okay? And then you got to keep it on mouse click. The other big thing is slide layouts, because it gets a little boring with the same thing over and over. So I can change the slide layouts as I click. I can put two pictures in if I wanted. We'll go with this one where the words are on the bottom and there's the car. So when we get back, when you come back to the third video, I will teach you how to move the car around the page. Very cool. I wanted to take a good amount of time on it because it is so neat. So get ready to watch the third, and again, I hope you are following along and pausing and doing these with me.